Okay, so today we are actually going to hop into a foundation wear test. I went into Sephora and I saw that Laura Mercier has a new foundation out. I'd seen a couple of reviews on it and I have heard some really interesting things. I think, let me find my phone. The foundation is called the Laura Mercier Flawless Foundation. Of course I did not buy it until I've worn it a few times to make sure that it actually agrees with me. Now, it's hard for stuff not to agree with me because my skin is pretty flexible as long as it's not too dry or the color is just totally off. And if you use me as a shade reference, I am also Fenty 380 and Bobbi Brown warm golden almond, not warm almond. Warm almond? Oh shoot, I should know this. Anyway, I'll put it down below. But anyway, so the color that I picked up was hazelnut, and I'm gonna try this out and let me see if it has any, looking for a description on the color. And it is described as medium deep with neutral undertones. Now there's 30 shades in this launch, and if you can see, my shade is down here. So I'm literally 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 4 shades away from the darkest shade, which is called Ganache, which has warm undertones. And I gotta say, I'm surprised that I'm so close to the end of the spectrum. I wouldn't have thought that I was that close to the end. Like, where are the rest of the colors? Like, everything else is focused in this lighter shade range. I don't know if you can see right here. I think I'm surprised that I am like 3 shades away from the darkest shade in this collection. For there to be 30 shades and for more than 70% of them to be focused in the light to medium range, given that I'm not even that deep of a skin tone, is disappointing, honestly, because Laura Mercier is one of those brands that like everybody uses. Everybody uses her powder, or they use a primer, or they use that new glow powder. Like, it's a staple. So I'm surprised that the range is so limited, but I have heard really good things about the actual foundation itself. So let me read you the details. It's supposed to be for normal to dry combination and oily skin types. It's free of sulfates, parabens, and fragrance. It's a liquid foundation, and the finish is supposed to be matte, and the coverage is supposed to be completely full. Here's my little sample. Again, I am hazelnut, and I'm going to go in with just a small, I think it's a natural hair brush, and I'm just going to apply this to the side of my face, and I'm not sure how it's going to like set, so I'm going to go in with a beauty blender, and I'm going to go ahead and do this in sections. This side of my face does not have primer on it, but the other side will. Let's see. Okay, so this is with half my face. I don't love it. Like, some of it might be the color, but the quality of the finish, I don't know. She's not winning me over. What do you guys think? With and without? I mean, you can see the difference in color. We're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on how it looks. And look, I've still got a spot here that's showing through and a spot here that's showing through. Let's try this. I'm going to put primer on this side, and I'm also going to color correct on this side. And let's see what happens. I'm going to go in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. If you watch my channel, I'm not super oily, but I do like to give it something to hold on to. And I know it's got a little bit of a cast, but it also leaves the skin feeling like super smooth. And it doesn't show through the makeup, so that's always a good thing. I'm going to go in and do the other side. Oh, color correct. Going with the Prep and Prime stick from MAC and the color Peach Luster. And just cover, too much. That gave me a much more even surface to work with. I'm going to go in with more of the foundation. And again, I'm going to work in sections. And just see how this goes. That looks better, but it's still, I can still see them through there, even with the color correcting and that one layer. And this side feels like it's set really well. This side, it's still drying. Actually, I think as it oxidized, it did warm up my face, but not so much that I don't match my neck, right? I think that still works. If I remember correctly, if I were to buy this, I probably would go maybe a shade, I don't know, a shade up. Let's see what happens once it's actually done setting. And I'm going to set it with some powder, just one side, probably this side, since this is the side with all the normal stuff I would put on, and this is not. See what happens once I set it with powder, because once you set it with powder, it will lighten a little bit, and I'm curious to see how that's going to affect it. So I'm going to go in with the banana powder from Makeup Revolution. I'm going to go in with this Stila blush brush. This side is powder and primer and color corrector, and this side is just foundation and moisturizer. The time is 1:08. I will finish my face and I'll come back and I'll give you my feedback in a couple of hours. Okay, so I finished my face, and as I said, I finished applying at like 1:18, I think, was when I actually finished my foundation. I'm going to wear this for several hours until it's sleepy time, and then I will come back and give you my thoughts. I probably will do an eye look or something really simple, although I did just get a BoxyCharm delivery. I think I might do that with this face. But anyways, this is what we look like right now. We'll check back with you in a little bit. Ciao for now. So it is 8:37, and I'm still wearing the foundation. I haven't touched anything up, and this is what it looks like. I can bring you in a little closer. Give me 1 second. Overall, I think it looks good. I think that the side that I powdered, which was this side, the powder and primer side, and this side, which was the minimal powder. I said no powder at first, but then when I did my under eye concealer for the rest of the face, I had to put something on it. But I didn't do, I didn't set the rest of my face. I didn't do like a powder contour or anything like that. I just did a cream contour on this side, but I did powder this side. And I think that on both sides I have a healthy glow. I think I would say that, of course, actually the color now agrees with me way more than I think it did before. Like we're in there. The spots that I was seeing here, and then on this side, they're still pretty prominent. And I really wish that it had been more effective at covering them, because it's supposed to be full coverage. That being said, I do think that it looks good. It didn't break down around my nose here, or around my mouth. I do have some settling under here, but that could be from the concealer, so I'll let that slide. But I mean, overall, it's satisfying. It looks good. I don't know if I would say that the claims of full coverage, I don't know if I agree that those claims are correct, but I think that if you buy this foundation and you find it in your color and you are not, actually my face doesn't feel dry either, so if you are even slightly dry, I think you'll be okay. If you're oily, then you're probably gonna get a lot of oil control, which is dope, because I know that can be hard. One thing I will try is I'm gonna go in with a powder brush and some setting powder. I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop setting powder, not too much of it, and just see how good the rebound is. Yeah, that killed all the shine, and it looks like I just put it on. Wow. Okay, so I mean that's awesome. And some of that, well, I could probably attribute that to the Colourpop setting powder, because the no filter setting powder from Colourpop, and this is the color Banana, is actually, you know, it's lauded in the beauty community. It's a good product. So I know I started out not a fan, but I think I am a fan. I just wish that it were more full coverage, as it says. And actually, for the price point on the Laura Mercier Flawless Foundation is $48. So for that price, I want it to meet the claims. And there are other foundations, I think, that give this look that, yeah, that cover. So I guess those are my thoughts. So I give it a thumbs up for the look, but a thumbs down for meeting all the claims. You know, buy her at your own risk. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and ciao for now.